How do I move past my sexual attraction to my ex-wife?
How do you move on from your sexual attraction to your ex-wife? I need some more context. I would assume you're still sexually attracted to her. That's not a strange assumption. So tell me what you're struggling with.
Well, we were married for 23 years, and we've now been divorced for 3 years. And I've had relationships with new women and whatever else, but it never seems to gratify or satiate the same way as it did with my ex-wife.
Is this about sex, or is this about a 20-year relationship where somebody knows everything about you and there's a deep, safe, intimate connection there?
I would say it'd be a bit of all of that.
Well, because like one of the funniest misnomers is that the best sex you're ever going to have is when you're 25. And what the data tells me is like married couples who are in their 40s and 50s are having the best sex. And so, but that's not because they look the greatest. I was way more attractive when I was 20, right? Like it's not the things that we think matter when we're younger. It is, I know what you're into. I know what makes your toenails curl. I know all about you. And there's a safety. There's a relational safety that is super deep after 2 decades with somebody.
Yeah, I would agree with all that, yes.
So I guess let's take sex out of the equation. I don't know. No, we could leave it in. I guess to have the same level of trust and sexual compatibility and intimacy, you're going to need more time. Like you're going to have to build that relational stability. You were married to somebody. Now you're just hooking up with people. That's a different anchor point.
Yeah, when you say it like that, yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that all makes sense.
If you're married 20 years, not everybody, but you get to a point where you're not performing anymore. You can be with. If you're just hooking up with somebody, that's a show, right? You're doing your greatest hits so that hopefully they can do their greatest hit. Or you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're playing nothing but the hits here. Right?
That's exhausting because you're not being you.
Yeah. Right.
What does I mean, do you still miss your ex?
Well, yeah. I mean, like you said earlier, it was, somebody that I was with for 23 years. And
why'd y'all get divorced?
Well, she lost respect for me in the end. I mean, I had some business deals that went bad, and there were money issues that went on, and I don't want to throw the word narcissist out there, but I mean, she certainly falls into a lot of those personality traits. Gaslighting was her biggest nastiness to her. So it was, and then after we got divorced, I mean, she came out as a lesbian too. So that might have played a factor in it a little bit. But
you think?
I don't think it. It was only a small factor. I don't think it was a huge factor. But
okay.
I knew she was gay when I was married to her, but it never seemed to affect anything otherwise. But I mean, she was just she's a very difficult person. So
hold on. What are you saying, man? Like I knew that she wasn't living a life that she felt would make her whole, but it was all good. And she was combative and was blaming me for her lack of happiness. I knew she was gay, but it was all good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had
no, it wasn't.
I had money issues and business issues. Did you have integrity issues too? Did you hide the losses?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't do that.
So she just didn't respect you.
To do that. It was hard to do that in 2008 when we went down for millions.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
You can't hide that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, some tried. Some went done trying.
I'm sure they did.
So here you are 3 years post-divorce.
Yes.
Do you like the life you're living right now?
No.
Do you respect TJ? Do you respect you in this new world?
Do I respect myself? Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you proud of who you've become post-divorce?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Who are you sharing your life with?
In what respects?
Do you have a group of guys that you hang out with, that you go shooting pool with, that you go shooting with or drinking with, or what? Like, I don't know what you do out there in Phoenix, but just sitting around being hot with, right? Like, do you have a gang?
Oh yeah. We go out to the lake, go wakeboarding and
awesome
surfing and all that stuff. Yeah, no, I have a group of guys that I hang out with.
Okay. So every time you date, 50, what happens?
I'm sorry?
Every time you date, what happens? Your ex-wife just pops into your mind?
Yeah, sometimes. Part of me is that well, I'm 52, to put some context to it, is that like I'm out in the dating market of 50-year-old women, and they come with some wild issues too, and some of it.
So do you.
Well, I know, but it's all on how you deal with them too. So,
right.
Or what you want to get involved with.
Right.
A lot of they're all going. Yes, they're going through their divorces at the same time, and
so let me ask you this: what are you looking for in the back half of your life? You built a life with somebody, and neither of y'all were honest with each other, and you tried to make it work, and it imploded. Now you're trying to figure out what you can do in the back half of your life.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want that to look like?
Serenity.
Peace. Awesome.
Peace.
I love that.
My ex-wife made it very difficult for me to be with my own family, so I spent quite a lot of time reconnecting with my own parents, who are, on their last days.
Amazing.
Kind of things. So I'm enjoying that, and I've opened a new business which is looking very profitable. So I'm happy. I'm happy with that.
So can we exhale for a second and grieve? You had a spirited, sexually adventurous, very chaotic 2 decades with somebody. There was good stuff. There was great stuff. There was really tough stuff, and there was painful stuff. If you keep that door open and you parade every new person you meet in front of that door just to compare it, it will always collapse on you. You have to grieve that part of your life is over. And if you had great sex with your wife, no new person is going to, or your ex-wife, no new person is going to come in and take that away or minimize that. You only have a few choices in your life to have a 20-year relationship with somebody.
Right.
So it's not about how do you compare. It was great. She was my wife.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to matter going forward is, can you and I decide, you're going to bring baggage to the table, I'm bringing baggage to the table. We are going to choose peace in our house, and we're going to choose as much joy and novelty and fun and whatever moving forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that I mean, I've heard you use the same kind of advice in the past. I guess I just never applied it to myself.
Gotcha.
Grieve it and move on. And
because it feels like if you were just talking to me, I would feel like you just found out 6 months ago that your wife actually is gay after 2 decades. She just hid it from you, and she moved out. She's remarried to another woman, and your head is still spinning. That's how fresh it feels when you're talking about it, even though it was 3 years ago.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Total sense, yes.
Can I just say this? I'm sorry. Because I also get the impression you really loved her.
Yeah, I did.
That was your wife.
I do.
Yeah. That's the thing, you do. And when
you have kids together, it sort of puts another layer on there, right?
Yeah, it's their mom.
Mm-hmm.
So you're always going to be connected to her.
Right.
And trying to have somebody just waltz in and don't let the physical, whatever fun times y'all had, whatever deep connected sexual contact, don't let those moments. Let me say this. Going to the top of the Empire State Building and looking at that spire that goes really high into the clouds, it's amazing. But you can't forget that only exists because of the however many 300 or whatever floors that are beneath it holding it up. The sex was so great and the connection was so great and the depth was so great because y'all were both all in for 20 years. You made humans together. You were ride or die. And there was some big secrets, some big things in between you two. But man, y'all went for it. And if she's the one who decided, I'm out, I don't respect you, then you would be a different man than me if you didn't look in the mirror and ask, am I worth respecting? And by the way, for whatever it's worth, I think you can be a respectable person whose business goes away. I think you can be proud of yourself that you went all in and some new technology came and took your company away from you. Or a new competitor.
Mm-hmm. Or a financial collapse.
Right?
Yeah.
That's not a reason to bail on somebody. That's a reason to double down on somebody. And she left. That's painful, man. That hurts. And so I would say, as you're dating and as you decide to marry somebody new, let those opportunities be as fresh and new, because we're starting from day one with those things. And do not compare them to what was. And by the way, that's going to be a natural thing. When that pops into your head, you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. I'm stopping for a second. No, I'm not going to go back to that one night or go back to that crazy weekend in wherever. I'm not going back there. My wife left me. We are divorced. She is gone. I'm here with her. And if you try to heal those wounds of, hey, she left with sex with strangers, if you try to heal that, I thought we were ride or die and the economy tanked and then you were gone and you start to feel like I was just a meal ticket for you and the kid. Like when you have those moments, like the thing about casual sex is for a second it can make that stuff go away, but it is hollow and it piles up on you. So pause for a minute, brother. Pause for a minute. Grieve that thing fully. And I don't know anybody who can grieve by themselves, so get your gang. Whew. And then date somebody new and be open. Everybody's going to have baggage. 21-year-olds who get married have baggage. They got their family baggage. They're bringing their whole families in the new house with them. And they got to figure out how to unwind those things. It's just part of moving forward with somebody. Honor what was. You loved her. And if you believe you did right by her for 20 plus years, then honor that. Exhale. Drop your shoulders. And if you believe she just walked out on you, if you believe that she said it was all cool even though she was gay and it hurt, like exhale that. It hurts. It's painful. And then meet somebody else and say, hi, my name is TJ. I got a lot of baggage too. I'd love to get to know you.